Good morning, everyone. It's me, Ria, here. Just popping on to share a paragraph for today, right before I head on the beach there for my run. I'll show you guys a quick little view. I'm on one of those benches underneath there, like a gazebo. Well, it's hard to see, it's so bright. But I'm going to be heading out there in a minute, go for a run, soak in some of those sun codes. When we connect to the sun and breathe the sun in, the sun is a reflection of us. And as we breathe in that sun and expand our heart energy center, we are expanding our awareness and our consciousness and opening up all our paths with a greater insight, wisdom, and light. And the sun codes activate DNA, activate memories, activate information within us that might have been dormant. It's already within us, but it's just like it brings forth that awareness. It's like that sun back there. It wakes us up. It wakes our DNA up. It wakes our innate being up. It wakes up the heart center. The heart center, like I always say, it's the center, it's the meeting point of all lives, all dimensions, all realities, all aspects of ourselves. It is our connection to infinite God source energy. So anyways, I'll knock on the book like I knock on my cards. I ask for spirit to point me to the paragraph that is most relevant and resonates with us, that we need to hear in order to just bring us into an alignment to our path, to connect us to our heart energy, to connect us to our God source energy. So what do we need to hear today? This one. All right. Not sure what it's going to say or how it's going to fall together, but there's always something to be gained. And what it says is, this is what we do to each other when we do not communicate and express what we are truly feeling. When we deny our feelings, our spirits die when not expressed. We lose all power in our lives when we work against our spirit. Honesty is always the best policy. We owe it to ourselves and to others. When we do not communicate or take action in integrity to our heart, it always causes suffering. So obviously what this paragraph is telling us is to be honest. Honesty, as we know, is always the best policy. And sometimes we avoid and don't want to step into that honesty. And honesty can also be like compared to the sun. Like you can see the sun in the background there rising up over the ocean. The sun is the light. The sun is life-given, just like honesty. And sometimes we may avoid honesty in order not to hurt someone's feeling, in order to avoid a fear within us that we're not willing to confront. But as we know, fear is always false evidence appearing real. And honesty and truth and integrity is a penetrating light force in our lives. Because when we're not being honest, or we're operating in fear or untrust, it creates a cloud around our heart. Because if you're being honest, you are living in congruency to your heart. Honesty comes from the heart. It is like a bright light that pierces through any darkness. So the more that we avoid stepping in to honesty, stepping into speaking our truth, honesty is still the same as speaking our truth in the moment. Like I always say, there's many layers of truth, and truth will reflect our moment of awareness and consciousness. That awareness and consciousness is our truth in the moment of the now. And when we step fully into that, because that can change, like our truth might be to express something about ourselves that is true in the now, but that doesn't mean that doesn't expand into something different down the road. But we always want to stay focused in the now, because that's all we have now. And that connects us to all potentials and all possibilities. So when we speak our truth and we speak our honesty, it is like putting a piercing light through the darkness. It is like taking a ray of light and letting it emanate from the heart. And it doesn't only affect the now situation that we're having to be honest in, It affects all aspects of us. It's an, I don't want to say explosive, but it's like this light that penetrates all time when we choose honesty, when we choose integrity. Regardless, our mind and our ego will get in the way and give us all these reasons why we should not speak our truth, why we should not be honest, why we should not take action on something that is our truth or on it, or in alignment to our heart, because our truth does come directly from our heart. Our honesty is a ray of light from our heart. So when you step into that honesty and you move forward with that honesty, you're penetrating that situation, but you're penetrating all future potentials. Because if you take action and step into your honesty of the now, your future will be more in alignment to who you are. So the more you cloud yourself without speaking or taking action or being honest or living in integrity to your heart, the more you create those clouds for your future, if that makes sense. Because you're carrying with you a film. This film is dishonesty that prevents your heart ray, your heart light, your God self from shining forth and penetrating into all of your paths, into all of your realities. So think of when you're not being honest as creating a cloud, and when you're being honest, honesty is the vibration of light. It's the vibration of the sun. It is the vibration of brightness, and it illuminates all darkness. And in that, even if you think you're being not completely honest to protect someone, you're really not. Because if you're being honest with someone, and if it's to do with a relationship, that light will also penetrate them and their truth and help to illuminate who they are. Because they can't look within themselves clearly if you are sending them a cloud. It's almost like a film covering their eyes, even though it's an internal vision. You're emitting a vibration, a cloud, an energy of like a filter. So it's hard for them also to see if you're not being honest with them or a situation. And obviously you got to be honest with yourself first, but then bring that honesty forth into your relationships, into your situations, into your expression even in the expression of who you are. When you try to diminish or make your expression of self tempered. Oh my God, this reminds me of yesterday when I was doing a live with Jimmy. And I always say, I need to temper myself. I need to temper my passion. I need to temper my energy. But if I do that, guys, I am clouding my own light that wants to emanate forth from me, because that is my light. So don't try to tweak or filter even your expression of your God self, because in that, you cloud your power. You diminish your power. You diminish your light. And not only that, you cloud future, so-called future, but things coming forth. You cloud their clarity too. You know how they say as we rise in vibration and as we rise in frequency, and that like 5D and beyond, the world changes. It becomes more clear. It becomes more crisp. It tastes, and food even tastes better. Everything has more oomph to it, more brightness. The colors, even like people taking pictures of sunsets and sunrises now, and the colors in the sky changing and creating shades that have never been seen before. That is all because we're raising our vibration and consciousness. And when you step into honesty, honesty is a high vibration. It's a high frequency. So when you're stepping into that now, it only makes sense that future potentials will be clearer. They'll be brighter. They'll be crisper. The path will be more streamlined. It'll be less clouded, less contaminated, and less filtered. So when you step into honesty, honest with yourself and honest with others and situations around you, and don't try to tamper or filter that honesty, that ray of honest light, everything will become clearer. Everything will become brighter. Everything will become more, like, tastes good. Everything will be lighter, but it will come from a deeper level of truth and brilliancy of the sun. If that makes sense. Because it does to me. So This paragraph obviously is step into your honesty. Honesty is a truth and vibration of a high frequency, which produces clarity in the here, now, past, all time. And it empowers you. And don't let fear or worrying about hurting others get in the way, because all you're really doing is you're clouding their vision as well when you step forward with anything other than the integrity of your heart. All right, guys, I'm going to head for my run to this beautiful, beautiful beach. You can get a little bit of a sneak peek. You can only see the ocean over the dunes, but there's a little sand there. It's awesome. It's awesome running because there's always enough hard pack to run, even at high tide. You know how it's really, really hard to run in the soft sand? There's always some firmness so I can, move through the sand better. And don't forget to practice your cross breaths. If you're having issues with honesty, integrity, or a lot of times it's not even not being honest deliberately. It's not getting that clear attunement with your own heart and what does represent you, or what it is you do want. Good morning, Lori. Sorry, you guys haven't been seeing the comments. Good morning, Megan. Or it says C, Megan, Michael. So I'm not sure if I call you C or I call you Megan. Beautiful. That was awesome. Thank you for your sharing. Thank you. And yeah. And in your sharing, you're being like, when you share and express from your heart, that is a form of honesty. You're being honest and true and integritous to you. And then others, it can help illuminate others' connection to themselves. And like I was saying, if you're not sure what your truth is, or how to go about your stepping into your light and in your heart and your honesty, I always say take that breath in, the cross breath. And it's a vertical line, drawing from your higher spiritual selves and Mother Earth. Imagine a big ball of light. Exhale. And you're expressing that honesty. You're expressing that truth of who you are in your love and light. So the cross breath. Light. Culminating, integrating. And let it out. That helps me with connecting to my heart and clearing away energies that do not serve me, and help to give me a clearer vision, a clearer feeling, a clearer path to that heart energy. All right, guys, I love you. Have an awesome, beautiful day. Thank you for joining in, and may you shine with all the light that you are.